Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I really want to sit down with you and get glam. I really want to do a silver eyeshadow look. I don't normally go for silver eyeshadow, I tend to go onto the gold side and the warmer spectrum of shades, as you guys know. I just prefer them, but this is the second palette that came in my Estee Lauder gift set. This one is in the shade Glam. Looks exactly the same, but it is just more of that cool toned kind of palette, way more blues, and then I really want to use this silver shade here. If you guys want to see what I create today, then please keep on watching. To prime and prep my skin, I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown Enrich Face Base. This is just so hydrating and nourishing. It really helps to prep the face for makeup. I'm then going to take a little bit of my Professional just where I get quite shiny and I want to minimise my pores. And then to hydrate my lips, I'm of course going to take my Summer Fridays Lip Butter Balm. Next for foundation, I'm going to take one of my favourite foundations of all time. It is the Smashbox Studio Skin 15 Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. This is in the shade 1.1. This is one of my favourites. It has been for years, and I thought I'd use this today just to mix it up because obviously I would normally go with my Charlotte Tilbury one, but I've rediscovered this again and I'm obsessed. I'm just going to take a couple of pumps and just blend this all over my face. I love how this foundation just looks so nice and natural. You can build it up, which is really nice, and I just love how it lasts as well on my skin. It's just such a good foundation. Next for concealer, I'm going to take my NARS Radiant Cream Concealer in the shade Custard. I'm just going to use this on any blemishes I have and areas where I just want to add a little bit more coverage. To add some brightness to my eyes and the centre of my face, of course, I'm taking my Laura Mercier concealer in the shade 0.5N. Next for cream contour, I'm going to take my Chubby Stick from Clinique in Curvy Contour. I love this so much. It's such a nice bronzer and contour shade. And then from cream blusher, I'm going to take my Bobbi Brown blusher in Raspberry number 20. I love this because it's a really beautiful berry shade, but I think it's also a nice cool toned berry shade, so it should really suit the cool tone eyeshadows we use as well. I think it's really nice to kind of use shades that are kind of monochromatic and that really subtly suit each other with similar undertones. You obviously don't have to do that, but I think it's a really nice subtle way to just make sure everything looks seamless and goes really nicely with one another. As you can see, once you blend it in with your beauty blender or makeup sponge, it just looks less scary. So never be too afraid to apply too much blusher because you can always blend it out. And then for a highlighter, I'm going to take my Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade 1. Just apply this to the high points of my face. And then again, I'm just going to blend it out with my sponge. For my brows, as always, I'm just going to take my brow gel from Charlotte Tilbury in Legendary Brows. I just haven't switched up my brows at all. I just love brow gel. It's so simple, so easy, and it creates a really nice and natural brow. For powder, I'm going to take my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder in number 1 Fair. I'm happy to keep that like natural glow, but I am obviously quite oily anyway, so I don't want like the centre of my face especially to look too glowy or too oily or shiny. With powder, it's really important to make sure that you're not swiping. Always just go in and pat first, and then when you've got enough product down, then you can always sweep, just because if you sweep across your face, you're more likely to pull and tug any of that liquid or cream products that we've used, and it could leave like a streaky mark. Now onto the eyes. I'm just so excited to use this palette purely because it's shades that I wouldn't normally use. I think it's really good to mix up those shades and your looks from time to time. This is the eyeshadow from Estee Lauder. Super beautiful blues and purple and silver shades. These two shades here are definitely more wearable, but it's just really nice to use a different colour palette than I'm used to. I'm going to go in first with that more brown neutral taupey shade just to create a little bit of definition in my crease and just to kind of build up the shape I want. These shadows are beautiful. They're really nicely pigmented and so easy to blend as well. I'm very impressed with them. You could obviously go in with like your bronzer shade or something, just add a little bit of warmth. But I really like this shade. I think it's not too neutral and too taupey and cool toned, but yeah, I really like this shade. I do like to create that kind of lifted look to my eyes. As my eyes are quite small, I just want them to look a little bit bigger. I'm going to take some of this as well. I'm going to under my eye. I like to focus most of the product on the outer corners, again just to not close off my eye and make my eyes look smaller. And then when I don't have much product left on my brush, then I will blend it further into the inner corners of my eyes. I'm now going to go in with this silver shade here on a flat brush and just pack this on. I'm going to focus it mainly in the centre of my eye first, and then blend it out where I want it to go. I feel like this shade, because it has that blue undertone in it, or that blue kind of reflex running through it, it actually complements my eyes really nicely and it matches my top as well, so it's always nice. I really like that. I also think it's a shade that is really wearable. It doesn't look too intense or too blue or too silver. So yeah, I think you could definitely wear this either every day if you would like. Go in with a fluffy brush and just blend those two shades together. I really like that. I think it looks really nice. So I'm going to go in with this more lighter blue kind of shimmer shade here just to create a really nice bit of dimension and brightness. And I'm going to take this on the same flat brush and just focus this right into the center of my eye just to really make it pop when it catches the light. I think I'm going to leave it here. I definitely could deepen it up with more of the blue tones or even a purple, but I just kind of really like how it looks very minimal, but yet it still looks blue or silver, but it doesn't look too crazy or intense for me. And I think I would definitely wear something like this more than every day, or it is really nice for, say, more of an event look or something, but you definitely could add more depth to it if you would prefer. I hope it's not too boring and plain Jane for you guys, because I feel like sometimes I don't go super intense or bold, but I just love to show you guys looks that I would wear myself and hopefully get you guys inspired to wear new shades too, or different looks as well. And you don't always have to go in with a really intense eye look to be different or to mix things up. Obviously you can, and that's fine, but it's also nice to keep things basic and simple and just slightly tweak them to what you're usually used to. Great way to add more intensity to a look if you don't want to add more shadow is just layering up the mascara. So this is an Estee Lauder mascara. This is the Sumptuous Extreme Mascara in Extreme Black. I'm going to go in with my Pro Sculpting Duo from Makeup Forever, and I'm going to go in with the bronzer shade. For blush, I'm going to take my Gold Rush blusher from Benefit. And then for highlighter, I'm going to go back into my Pro Sculpting Duo and take this highlighter. This is a bit more on the cool side, but it's also a bit holographic, so it does show some different shades within it, and I think it will just really complement the eyes really nicely. I'm also going to take some of that highlighter and just put that in the very inner corners and under the brow bone as well of the eye, just to really make it pop. I love how it's got that bluey purple reflex tones through it, because I feel like it really complements the blue shade that we used on the eyes. I think I'm going to take just a small amount and just pat it right in the centre of the eye as well. For lips, I did want to do more of a browny rusty kind of tone. I feel like that would just complement the eyes quite well. So I'm going to play around with some shades. So I've got the lip liner in Spice from MAC and a more deeper kind of red shade from Charlotte Tilbury. This is in Savage Rose. Don't know if that's a bit too much red, so I'm going to go in with the lipstick from MAC in Well and just pounce this on my lips. It's definitely more of a darker brown shade. And to lighten that up, I'm going to go in with my lipstick from MAC again. This is the Jamie Genevieve one. I prefer it a bit more nude like this. I'm going to go in with my gloss bomb from Fenty Beauty. This is in Diamond Milk, just for that really nice glossy look because the eyes are nice and shimmery and I just love a glossy lip. Love these glosses from Fenty, they're so nice. And I love how this has a nice silver reflex to it too, so I feel like it complements the eyes really well. To finish things off, I'm going to go in with my MAC Fix Plus. I'm going to take my all-nighter from Urban Decay as well, just to really lock it in and make sure it lasts all day or all night. This is the final look, guys. I hope you enjoyed this makeup look. I'm really impressed with how it turned out. I'm loving the silvery blue shade on the eyes, and I'm really happy that the lip turned out pretty well. I think I do prefer that more nude kind of lip than that red tone that we started off with, but I think it came together really nicely. So if you enjoyed this video, then please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell, and I will hopefully see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.